I don't even smoke like that either. What up? It's your boy SlimAlmighty, and I'm here at LifeSound with a dope artist. What are you, man? Like a party, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like a party, like you event planner, right? Or what is?
Nah, so the technical term is event curator.
Event curator, RayTx.
Yeah, appreciate it. It was good, G.
Shit, chilling, bro. You already know it's been a minute since we linked up.
I know, man. It's been damn near a year too.
Yeah,
it's been a minute, man.
Yeah, we've been in the studio a lot. So what's been up? You been doing parties lately still, or what?
Yeah, man. I've been doing a lot of parties. I just dropped a project, so we did a party to celebrate that, and then I've been kind of working on my magnum opus per se.
Okay, magnum opus. What does that mean?
Magnum opus is Greek for your biggest yet, or like your greatest achievement or your greatest work of art.
Well, I learned something today. That's what's up. What was your last project called that you dropped?
Mosh Pits and Hangovers.
Okay, that's lit. Yeah. And you recorded like 90% of that with me, right?
Yeah. With the exception of literally one song, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All of them was with you.
Yeah, so that's freaking lit. You gotta be geek right now. Yeah, so you had a song on there named Tina. Was that really about a chick named Tina? I don't want to put this out there like...
Nah, so Tina is a nickname for meth. Most people call it ice and shit. So, actually, the craziest thing is the inspiration behind that song was one time we was going to the studio. I had a session that day, and you remember that girl that died at the studio?
What? Nigga, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's off
I ain't thought about that shit in a minute.
Yeah, bro, she OD'd on meth, bro. That's what she got OD'd with. Man, and so it was just like, damn, it was just kind of like a realization, because the night before, like, we was all like in the studio, and she was like a little junkie girl. She was just running around. I mean, rest in peace to her, and our condolences to her family, but it was just like, it was just like a crazy situation.
Yeah.
So, and, it just kind of gave me the inspiration to record.
That's what's up. Nah, yeah, that's crazy. I ain't thought about that in a minute, man. I was in the trenches back then. That shit was crazy.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, man, definitely. What was I finna say? So yeah, so where'd you throw your last party at Rio, right?
Yeah, the one on this past Friday was at Rio. That one was cool. That was just like a little prototype. I didn't know if the people was really gonna rock with it, but it turned out pretty good. Okay. Packed it out.
And are you throwing parties still with the frat, or like what is the whole operation? I mean, like, whatever you can disclose.
So pretty much how it work is so I own the blog West Campus Parties. Okay. It's pretty much like a student-ran blog to where all the kids, like, they interact, they post their functions as well as I post my own. Yeah. Shout out to the little dude in the back. Yeah. But yeah, and I done been in the West Campus scene for a minute. It's been like going on 5 years, and so it just kind of made sense to kind of brand it and kind of branch off of it a little bit. Okay. But yeah, the frats was always like a big part of it. It's not everything about it, but it always just made more sense to kind of throw a UT party at a UT frat house. It's just kind of it wasn't necessarily because I always wanted to. It was just more so it kind of felt like the vibe kind of reflected the culture that was going on at the time.
Nah, definitely. Are you still in college?
Nah.
Did you graduate?
Nah. So my college stint was kind of crazy. At first I was trying to roll with Abilene Christian. I was trying to play ball. Okay. That shit ain't work out. Nah, yeah. Then I went to Texas State Technical. They got one in Belmead, like right outside of Waco. They got one in Hutto. I only made it there for like 4 hours.
Okay. And then, what'd you do? What happened there? Like,
so like at ACU, it just didn't work out because at first I had like different dreams and it just wasn't really my thing. I had like a scholarship and shit, but it just wasn't for me. And then I came home, and then I wanted to do Texas State Technical because my bro at the time, he went there. And I thought that it would be lit, just like a quick little 2-year degree and then pop out, get a job, get some good money and shit. But, yeah, bro, I made it there for 4 hours. I enrolled. I paid my bills towards the school. Bro, they showed me around the school. I saw no girls.
He was like, fuck it, yeah.
Bro, like, I'm telling you, like, they gave me, like, my courses for the day. And I had one at, like, 2 o'clock. Like, I got there, like, 8.
No bitches.
Yeah, like no bitches. Like literally no bitches at the whole school. Yeah, like I walked into the class and there was like no bitches. I had to go to the bathroom. I never went back.
So, where you from? Like, where'd you? You know what I'm
So I grew up in Round Rock, Texas, and I was there for pretty much my whole life. I moved out to Cedar Park, Leander area my last year of high school.
Hey, that's the hood. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Shout out Leander.
Different place.
You know, go Lions.
Facts.
But yeah, RayTx really started in Cedar Park and Lago Vista, to be specific. When I was 16, you know, everybody, they start to go out and party. Everybody starts driving and whatnot. So that was obviously my little mix.
Yeah, Lago Vista was like, I went to Leander, and as I can remember it, like Lago Vista and Jonestown were like where all the parties were at.
Yeah.
And like after Leander, like deep in off nameless. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so my boys at the time, I used to be cool with all them kids from the Dirty LV, and they would have these bonfires, and so that was like our social point for the weekends, is that we would all rock out at the bonfires and go crazy. Either we was all at Wild West on the teen nights, or we would be at the bonfires, and so that was kind of like where things started. Okay. By my senior year, my bro, his dad worked overnight, so he didn't give a damn what we did with the house, and so he would always just like invite people over. As long as everybody was gone, by the time he got home at 6, he never cared. And so we would just invite people over like every week, and then it kind of started moving like that. And then at one point, you know, we just kind of decided that we were just gonna, you know, try to make some money off of it. And our first one was like a super success. We threw a Playboy party downtown at my bro Hunter's crib.
Okay, y'all was charging to get in. Like, how did y'all make money?
Yeah, so basically it cost, man, this is crazy. I ain't never talked about this before.
Okay, I want to hear it.
But yeah, so back in 2017, that summer, this party took about like 3 months to put together, because at the time, you know, we was all in school, we had jobs and shit, bro. We was broke ass college kids, so it cost a little over $1,200 to put the whole party together at the time.
And what did that involve? Like drinks and
so promotion? It was renting out the venue, like decorations, promo, security, all that stuff, which is, I mean, nowadays that's cheap, but at the time, like, you know, there was 3 of us, and so we was putting away like $100, $200 a month each to kind of put it together, and then we were gonna split the profits down 3 ways. Okay. And so yeah, we went into it. Made a killing. We tripled up.
Okay, tripled up. But so y'all made $3,600.
Yeah. Okay. So the name RayTx came actually from that. I didn't have like a name for myself at the time. I was just Ray. And I didn't really have like a username or like anything at all. Like I didn't even have a rap name really. Okay. And I was just like, shit, well, I kind of need to go by something. I can't just be Ray.
No, that's facts. So were you like, did you have a team and they just wanted you to be just the face of the party shit, or like
yeah,
you just
kind of, because it was my 2 best friends, man. It was I'm still close with them to this day. You know, Ethan and Zach, they were just
shout out Ethan and Zach. Yeah, I met them.
They were I was just already the social person, you know, like I was playing ball and I already like knew all the girls, and then like I was already kind of popular at the time, and so it just kind of made more sense for me to be the face of it at the time. And it's not even necessarily like they couldn't be the face, it was just more so that they just didn't really care to be. They was more focused on making money and running a business, and I was just more so about like marketing and getting the word out.
That's smart.
And so that's kind of how it turned out. And so it wasn't necessarily nothing on them. And I'm the best man at Ethan's wedding this year. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, life's crazy. So
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it ended up being a success. And then, you know, we started just kind of rocking it out like that. And it just eventually built up to the point to where, you know, it got into the college mix. Okay. And UT wasn't even like the first college, really.
What was your first college?
So the first college that I got involved in the college party scene was actually Southwestern at Georgetown. It's another thing.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. So
how was that?
I used to have this coworker, her name is Kelsey, and she went up to that school, and we used to be real cool at the time like this, and so she introduced me to like that college frat party life. Mm-hmm. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, like I almost fell in love, because it just felt like it kind of just showed me that it's like, damn, this is everything that you thought college would be like. Yeah. And I did, at that moment, I never got to experience that just yet, and so it was just crazy, just like to see like how this shit worked and how it played out. And like, you know, she would bring me along like kind of like as her dude or whatnot to these frats. Yeah. And then at some point, you know, I met this one dude, and he kind of knew what I had going on. and he referred me over to UT to start doing some promo for some boys for Roundup, and then I kind of got into that mix, and then it just kind of like took off from there. And then, I was doing UT online and then doing my classes, and then I was like, man, I'm finna rock out this party shit and let's see how it goes.
Okay, so you went to a little bit of college. What was you majoring in?
Well, first when I went to college, it was computer science, and then that shit got shut down quick. Then I didn't have like a major.
Yeah.
Then it was like, I was sitting with Ethan one time. I was just like, bro, I'm trying to figure out what the hell I need to do. He's like, bro, why don't you just go into business?
Yeah. No.
I felt like a dumbass because I was like, how did I not think of that yet?
Yeah.
And then, by the time it got to like doing UT courses, it was just marketing.
Yeah.
So,
not fast, which is what you need to do the party, which is what you're good at. Like,
I just really just wanted like to learn how to like advertise a product, like
that's
how to
smart.
advertise myself.
Yeah, you gotta have those skills. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Phi Cap came around, and we started working with them.
Phi Cap, is that a fraternity? Sorority?
Yeah, it's a fraternity off Rio. At the time, shout out Andrew Tunnel. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been in this position.
Shout out Andrew Tunnel. Yeah.
He kind of knew me from like around the scene a little bit, and we always meant to link up, but we never really did. And then one time he invited me out to their function, and then I actually didn't have plans on going because I was going to another party.
Okay.
But it turns out that other party was their party. And so it just worked out like that. And then I got to meet all the guys, and they were like, man, you need to like work with us, do promo for us. And then I just kind of fell in love with just their environment and how they worked as a frat. They were it was the first frat I ever seen that ever had like everybody together. Like you got to see all races, everybody from like different states.
Okay, so it wasn't just like an only white fraternity. It was
because
like
like most frats, bro, like dude, it was all like the rich white dudes,
And what was it called? Phi Kappa?
Phi Kappa Sigma.
Okay, that's crazy.
Go Skulls.
Yeah,
matter of fact, #Rush Skulls for real. And shout out all them peoples from the get go. Shout out Garza. Shout out Colton. Shout out Caleb. Shout out Uzman. I mean, shout out that whole fraternity, man. Shout out Jacob. Shout out Austin. Shout out everybody a part of that fraternity, because I mean, without them, it wouldn't have scaled as fast as it did.
Yeah.
It was more like, hey, we see what you're doing and we see your parties. We're gonna give you the home base to do it.
Okay.
And so it was just more like a headquarters, and we're like,
that's
okay,
hard. Yeah, it's cool when you get them alley oops, man. Like,
I just needed like the little assistance, and so they gave me that last piece of the puzzle, and then it just kind of went crazy from there.
Okay.
Night of Rage went down, and then
Night of Rage. I remember that was your second album.
Nah, so Night of Rage never turned out to be an album. So Night of Rage was originally this concept for like. Night of Rage was kind of like originally what I thought would be my magnum opus. It was going to be like the largest college party that the world has ever really seen.
Okay.
And I feel like in a way we kind of achieved that, but over time you realize that there's just limitations to things. Mm-hmm. At some point financially you kind of have to like kind of balance out the two. And the only reason I stopped doing Night of Rage was more so because for me to take it to the length that for it to be better than the one before, it just wouldn't logistically make sense.
Okay.
To be honest with you, we never had a Night of Rage that was less than 2,000 people.
Yeah, no, I can dig it.
And so with 2,000 plus people, you're very limited on what venues you could use without going big. Mm-hmm. And so we were maxing out this frat house every single time, but we couldn't go bigger than what we did before.
Yeah. It was kind of like a cap, yeah.
And everything that we could add to Night of Rage wouldn't make sense because it wouldn't help us grow it at all.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like, it just kind of made sense to do just the 5 series and then
5, yeah.
work on something else.
You had 5 Night of Rages.
Yeah, we did 5 Night of Rages, and I would say, every single one of them is a memory, and I'm happy that, the people that were a part of it were a part of it. I'm happy that book opened and closed the way that it did. So it was a cool experience, man. It was cool. But now we're on the bigger and better.
That's what's up. I remember I seen you tweet something. You're like, you're gonna stop partying. Like you're just gonna end like all the party shit and just like kind of just chill and focus on music. What made you say that? Like,
well, it was because I was in a position to where I felt like I just did it all already. At this moment, I can tell you I've done probably at least 100 UT frat events.
That's a fucking lot.
100 of them.
A lot of fucking
since
partying.
2019 to now, at least 100. You know, I mean, shit, we did 10 in 3 months in 2021. And so just there alone. And it was kind of just getting to that point to where, you know, me being, like, I just turned 25.
Okay.
And, you know, I've been in this mix for 20 years. When I posted, I was 24.
Okay.
And it was just like, damn, like, I've been doing this for 4 years. And I felt like it was time to take it to the next level. You know, there wasn't gonna, you know, when I started, I didn't really have too many people to kind of like look to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just kind of innovated this shit.
Yeah, I kind of just like had to like wing it and try it first, and then see people follow with it. And so now I feel like everybody kind of knows how to do the promoter shit. There's hella promoters, you know. And so it's kind of like, okay, you know, I got to be the one to innovate and do something brand new and show y'all that it's doable, and just kind of break boundaries. You know, like when I did the Playboy party back in 2017, we felt like it broke boundaries. You know, the week after that, there was 6 different Playboy parties. Yeah. And not, like, I'm not even upset about it. It was just like,
follow trends,
yeah. You know, when we started doing Night of Rages, shit. Man, you know how many little Rager flyers I done seen? I done seen Project X flyers, Project Rage, all them little functions and shit. And don't get me wrong, it's good to see it. I want to see more flyers going around the city. It's important.
You ever had cops come shut your parties down?
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, ask me about Lake Travis.
What happened with that? You can talk about specific instances.
Bro, I think my record in Lake Travis is like 1 in 5, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like, I think like literally out of 5 parties I throw out west of Mopec, I might have 1 that don't get shut down.
That's crazy. That means like live. You don't shit ain't a party till get shut down.
Like we always, cause you know we turning it up. I mean we gon' if I like me, man, you know me. People think that I'm greedy. Like I'm frugal, but I ain't greedy. So like, you know if I get something for free, I'm gonna give it to the people for free. You know, and so there's a lot of situations where like a lot of kids out in Lakeway or something. Like I have a lot of fans out there, and they'll be like, "Yo, Ray, like my parents got this lake house, so we got this second property that we don't use. Like we should throw a party or something."
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say fuck it. Let's just do it. Like let's just have fun. Like I put up a little money, they put up a little money. Let's just have fun. And you know that a lot of the times, like shit, if it go good, it go good. If it don't, we didn't care to make money anyway. You know? And so we just want to have fun. And so I just wanted to. My goal originally was just to kind of build the culture that we have here in Austin, and I think people get it misconstrued when we talk about culture, you know, and I think it's our biggest problem is that we misconstrue what our city is, you know.
Facts, yeah.
It feels like everybody in Austin is kind of playing like a character or like a gimmick, you know, like they're trying to be somebody or try to portray the city in some way that is not.
That is so fucking true. Wow, I'm glad you said that.
Well, I mean, bro, like, let's think about it, fam. Like, let's think about it. You know, we have, I want to say, documented in at least the rap world. In the pop world, we have a lot of celebrities. I mean, shout out Miles Wesley.
Yeah.
Shout out, man, I could go on. We got there's another kid I can.
Country, Gary Clark Jr.
Yeah, we got Country. I could go through the list of, there's a kid from Georgetown that's doing like more monthly streams than Uzi.
Wow.
You know?
Georgetown.
Yeah, in Georgetown. Like literally.
That's crazy.
And nobody, like, you know, you don't ever see anybody in the pop media talking about it. Don't nobody on the Austin Chronicle talk about it. We got major celebrity artists from Austin. Multi-monthly listener streamings from Austin. And the reason why is because they represent the real culture that's here. You know, we have a huge hippie culture in Austin. We have a huge EDM culture. We have a huge party culture. Austin is America's largest, the #1 college town in America.
I seen that the other day. Wow, yeah, that's
Do you
crazy.
see any rappers in Austin talking about that?
No.
Have they brought that shit up at all?
No, they have not.
No.
They definitely.
I'll be real with y'all. My last party did my Halloween party. Shout out D-Will with Stunner. We broke the school record for the most people at a party at UT history. The record previously was around 2,500 according to the yearbooks. We did about 2,631. Documented by the security.
Okay.
Right. Have you ever seen a local rapper bring out 2,000 people in Austin, Texas? Ever?
No,
Paid?
I'm not. And you know,
free?
remember the event I threw? I didn't get
for Beat King. We got like 400 people, maybe.
Do you even see
like
outside rappers coming here and doing 2,000 plus?
I think you brought more people to my event than I brought.
For sure. But I mean, like, not even like on a disrespect level to people, but it's just like, bro, like, when are y'all gonna get the point that, bro, nobody gives a fuck about that? Like,
about like a lot of y'all, like, type of just grimy.
Like a lot of these kids, like out here, like, I try to listen to new rappers out of the city, bro. I try to listen to new musicians and artists, and you know, a majority of the time, I find myself listening to like the singers and like the pop artists and stuff like that. Like some of my personal favorite artists out of the city, you know, the legendary Kid Jones. I've been listening to him for years.
Shouts out Kid Jones. Hey, I'm the same. Yeah.
And then I hear the new cats that nobody heard of. You know, Moscato J, I fuck with you. You know,
hey,
Baby
going
East,
places.
I fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like Lil Romigo, I fuck with you. You know, like there's a whole lot of artists.
I want to talk about Moscato J. So did you invite him? You threw a party and he performed. The crowd went crazy. Did you invite him to that party? How did that even come about?
Hear me out. So boom. So what I do, and I started this with my Halloween party, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I love this shit.
Okay.
We do a comment contest. So pretty much what I did was I dropped a flyer, and then I tell people, you know, I want to get a local rapper to come out and come pop out and perform. And, you know, the kid that gets the most comments will, you know, win the performance contest.
Yeah.
Dude, Moscato J won by a landslide, bro.
Yeah,
a landslide.
He seemed to have a lot of support, especially on the internet too, and in real life.
And like he sent me, and it's crazy because I went back because he sent me links before that just get lost in like my message requests. And then, you know, once I started bumping the kid, he had this one track called In a Dream, and I was just like, bro, this motherfucker is hard.
Yeah,
dude.
I've
like,
heard a lot of his unreleased stuff.
Crazy. I was like, bro, this kid is actually fucking talented. And so, you know, I brought him out. He came out to the second one. The first one, I had this kid from South Texas. His name is Planet Grim. He was dope too. He had like a different sound. I rock with him. Okay. And then Moscato, I put him on the stage, man. He was doing like a backflip on stage and shit like he's just like a party machine. And I was just like, man, like this is what I mean of like the kids out here. There are so many talented artists here in Austin that just don't necessarily have the platform for it. And then people who are in a position to give these young cats a platform don't want to give it to them without no money being involved.